You talk a lot about consciousness. Why aren't we naturally conscious?
Why aren't we naturally conscious? Because you're not natural. So consciousness is not something one day it'll explode. Being blissful is very natural. So there are methods and many methods as to how to raise the intensity of the life that you want.
Sadhguru, thank you very much for what you're doing and for who you are. You helped me a lot, and I wanted to ask you something. You talk a lot about consciousness, conscious planet, right? So why aren't we naturally conscious? Why do we need something big to happen, something to shake us, and then we start thinking about that and become more conscious? And it seems it's been like this in the past and now. Why aren't we natural?
Why aren't we naturally conscious? Because you're not natural. That's why. So just see, how much of your life is life and how much of it is your psychological drama. Please look at it. For most human beings, not even 1% is life, 99% is their own psychological drama or social drama. Hello? That's the only problem. I'm saying the problem is this, that you have become more of a psychological and social creature, not an existential life. Your first life, then everything else, isn't it so? Even your gender, your social position, your education, your nationality, your race, your religion, everything is secondary. First thing is your life, isn't it? This is why soil, save soil, need not be just an ecological movement. This can be a, globally unifying humanity kind of movement, because we have found every kind of difference. If you look at you, oh, what is your nationality, what is your gender? Gender is also a question now, we can't make out anymore. What is your gender, what is your race, what is your religion, what is your caste, what is your creed, what nonsense political philosophy do you believe in? We have found every possible way as to how to separate ourselves. We definitely need some common ground, isn't it? If you do not understand what is cosmic consciousness, at least understand the very body that you carry is soil, yes or no? Oh, I'm Bulgarian soil. So when we say consciousness, we are talking about a dimension beyond the boundaries of this body. What is it that makes you and me separate? This is my body, that's your body. This is my mind, that's your mind. Here and there, our minds may overlap, but my mind is my mind, your mind is your mind, my body is my body, your body is your body, isn't it? But when you say life, there is no such thing as my life and your life. This is a living cosmos. You captured some, I captured some. It is like two little children are blowing soap bubbles. This is my bubble, that's your bubble. Poop. This is my air, this is your air, is it? I'm asking. Hello? Is it so? This is my air and that's your air? There's no such thing. But the moment you start believing what's happening in your head as reality, then you're breaking the world in many different ways and breaking your own consciousness into pieces. So this is all you have to do. It's just this. If you do not identify yourself with anything, you understand identity is just a role that you play in the world. If you don't take it very seriously, if you don't become too big of that, then to be conscious is natural. Your problem or the world's problem is right now this. See, in this vast cosmos, doesn't matter whether you're a scientific person or a religious person, you still don't know where it begins, where it ends, isn't it? Hello? Both do not know. That's a good equality, at least. In everything else they argue. Both men of science and men of religion, both do not know where it begins, where it ends. In such a vast cosmos, this solar system is a tiny speck. In that tiny speck of a solar system, planet Earth is a micro speck. In that micro speck, Bulgaria is a super micro speck. In that super micro speck, Sofia is a super micro speck. In that, you are a big man. This is a very serious issue. It's a very serious issue when such a speck of a life thinks too much of itself, only disasters can happen. So, consciousness means just this, that in your life you begin to experience yourself beyond the framework of your body, because this is what the boundary is. You need to understand the physical exists only because of a defined boundary. If there was no physical boundary to this, if there's no boundary to this, I cannot say this is my body, isn't it? Hello? If this was all over the place, could I call this my body? Only because of a defined boundary, this is my body right now. So, the physical definition, you know your body you slowly accumulated. Hello? You're not born like this. Hello? What you accumulate can be yours. I will not dispute that for now, but cannot be you, isn't it? Hello? If you just understand this much, experientially, you will naturally become conscious. There's simply no other way to be. So consciousness is not something one day it'll explode. You are consciousness. If you're not conscious, how would you know you're here? The question is, how conscious? If you put on only one light, you will be seeing only 3 people who are standing here. Then you think only 3 people are there. If you light up 2 more lights, oh, you will see, oh, 25 people are here. If you light up the whole hall, suddenly you see, oh, so many things are here, all right? This is all it is. You are already conscious, little low energy. Why low energy is, you are building too much inertia in the body. The most important thing is, how do you experience your own life? That is never come into experience for most people because their thoughts and emotions are clouding everything. There may be rare moments where human beings are experiencing the life that they are. Otherwise, it's not in your experience. If you experience that, being blissful is very natural because you're no more a psychological case. This doesn't mean you don't have a mind. Time is just rolling away. So the only thing you can manage is your energies. Depending on how you manage your energies, accordingly your life will become in experience. The pleasantness and profoundness is determined by that, and also the impactfulness of activity is also determined by that. How pleasant and how significant you being alive is within yourself, this will be decided by how conscious you are. How conscious you are depends on how bright the lights are. How bright the light is simply depends on how much voltage. So, there are methods and many methods as to how to raise the intensity of the life that you are. If you are very intense, you will naturally be conscious. Don't try to be conscious, because in the name of being conscious, people are telling you, be in the moment. What they're telling you is, see, I'm asking you this, can you be somewhere else and show it to me? Hello? Can you be somewhere else? No. You can only be here. So essentially they're telling you, do not think about the past, do not think about the future. As I said earlier, it took millions of years to get to this level of cerebral capability. Now somebody is telling you, do not think about the past, do not think about the future. The significance of being human is, we have a vivid sense of memory. That's why our lives are rich. And we have a fantastic sense of imagination. That is why we can do all the things that we do. If these 2 things you give up because somebody is giving you philosophy, be in the moment, well, As I told you, if you remove half the brain, you will be in the momenta, always. The nature of human mind is such, you can run parallelly 24 streams of thought and still be perfectly fine with yourself. Only then you will do something significant. If you can't even think one thing at a time, you will get stressed. Then you need some attention to this, how to make this work, isn't it?